Hello DeFiChain gang, welcome to today's Fireside Chat. I hope you are all having a great day and you reserved some time for an exciting guest tonight. Before we start in today's show, maybe it's a little bit housekeeping. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, it's a good time to do so. And leave us a like if you like our guests, his story, and of course, what we do here. It helps the project and it helps all of us at the same time. Before we start now in and bring him into the studio, maybe a couple of words about him. His name is Alex. He's an awesome guy building some stuff on DeFiChain or adding a project on DeFiChain. He lives a little bit further east than most of you guys, most likely. That's why we called him the Sunshine Trader, because in his area, the sun normally rises earlier than in your area. So I would say, without any further ado, let's bring him online here. Alex. Good afternoon. I can hear you as it seems. How are you today?
Hi, Mark. Good afternoon to you.
Cool,
How are you?
cool. Yeah, I'm fantastic. Thank you very much. So we tried, that's our second take. We had a little bit a problem with the technique here, with the technology on my side. So let's hope that everything goes well. Guys, maybe a couple of words. So Alex is sitting in Greece at the moment, surrounded by wild forest fires. So it could be that we get interrupted because he has to. Yeah, I see. Perfect name for the show. Yeah, now. Yeah, good that you say it. So if we get interrupted, we're gonna have to kind of reconnect. So let's see if everything goes well. Safety first. Yeah, Alex. Hey. Happy to have you on board. It's really cool to have you. Tell us a little bit. That's so awesome. Tell us a little bit. Where are you at the moment? I think that's after we teaser here the wild forest fires around you.
Yeah, I'm in Greece at the moment. I'm on holiday in Greece and at the Peloponnese, maybe 2.5 hours from Bangkok, from Athens, rather.
That's a little hint about the other location where you like to stay, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Home base is Bangkok, holiday base is Greece. So
wow.
We hit this time. We hit a little bit the wildfires. It was not so pretty 2 weeks ago, but now it's getting better.
It's getting better. Okay, so is it still so crazy hot, or did the temperatures finally come down?
No, temperature is now around the normal. What we have this year, it's 32 to 35. But before we had up to 46, so that was a little bit too much.
Okay, now I understand why you said, hey, the fires are everywhere and going crazy. Hey, are you actually worried if the forest fires are happening there, or is it still very safe? I mean, I never lived in an area where there were forest fire around my house. How do I have to imagine that?
It's never 100% safe because everything is so bone dry at the moment, and one spark is enough. So on top of that, there is the high tourist season. So a lot of tourists, they go out, party, they drink, and then maybe they smoke, and this cigarette going somewhere, and bang, the fire starts. So you can never be 100% sure. So that far, the fires were mostly concentrated around Athens and in Rhodos and Iberia and Corfu. But here at the Peloponnese, they have it under control so far. There are a lot of firefighters on every hill. They have some firefighter stations. There are helicopters in the area, so they're pretty good at spotting fires. But you never know, and if the wind picks up, it goes really fast. So I have always, my most important stuff is in a suitcase, just in case you have to run, then you don't have to pack.
Yeah, is there kind of a warning system, or how? I mean, you're not gonna stay awake all night and watching out of the window to see if there's a forest fire happening. How would you get warned or informed if there's something going on?
They have this emergency app in Greece where they will send you an emergency alert for whatever is going to happen, evacuation or whatever. So, and then the firefighters, of course, they also will come to your house and they will offer you assistance if they have enough people, So they are a little bit stretched now because they shift the volunteers from one area to another, and then you don't know if they always have enough. We get fire planes and helicopters from other countries as well, but once they have firefighters, the fires themselves, then everything shovels around. Okay. But it's okay. I mean, I'm used to it. I spent holiday here for many years, and so far we've been lucky. So it's not a big deal.
Cool. Now good. Then don't forget to pay your fire insurance. I think that's the best thing that you can do.
That's for sure.
Cool. Okay. Sure. So, guys out there, Alex is risking his life to come on the Fireside Chat tonight. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Alex, you said your home base is Bangkok, but I'm sure you didn't grow up in Bangkok. Where are you originally from?
I grew up near Nuremberg.
Okay.
I went to school there and then started working there. 1992, I came to Asia first time.
Okay.
And I was a purchasing manager, so I was traveling in Asia a lot. And then 4 years later, 1996, I was sent to Hong Kong. And I took over the executive position in Hong Kong for the textile business.
Okay.
And that was right before the handover, not hangover.
It turned into a hangover, I guess, the whole situation.
Yeah, it did. But it was exciting times, and I saw Prince Charles, now King Charles, leaving Hong Kong at that time. And so the years went past, and I went to Korea, spent a couple of years in Korea, and then I went to Bangkok. And in Bangkok, I finally stuck. So I quit my job and started my own business. And so ever since, the work base, the home base is Bangkok. And once in a while, you have to get out of the city, because it drives you crazy. The traffic, the heat and everything. So either you go on a weekend trip to the beach, or in the summertime, I usually come to Greece.
Cool. So now you've seen so many places in Asia. I mean, we had a little catch up last week and spoke about that already. We are both kind of Asians. Like I heard every 7 years your cells in your body completely kind of regenerate, or the system is gonna be completely changed cell-wise, at least. So we are both Asians now, I guess. Where I mean, I know you live in Bangkok, right? So most likely Thailand was keep you there. But is Thailand still your favorite place in Asia? Or have you seen other places where you said it's so fantastic, it's really worth living there?
No, Bangkok or Thailand is still my favorite place. My wife is Thai, and
I didn't know that.
We are really feeling at home there. And I mean, you can always find negative points about everything, but all overall, living in Thailand is pretty nice and kind of relaxed. So I'm semi-retired, so it's a perfect location, and we just try to enjoy life there. And do some trading, this is the passion. So
fantastic. What's your favorite? What's your favorite Thai meal? Thai
meal? Oh, pad see ew.
That's really crazy. That? Yes, it's really it's my I would say it's my most favorite meal there. Interesting enough, not so many people name pad see ew when you ask them for it.
Yeah, it's mostly tom yum goong
and pad thai, and these are
pad thai,
exactly. Pad see ew is kind of on the rarer side. Okay, we have some similarities here. Cool. Okay, so you grew up in Germany. That's Bavaria, right? Nuremberg is in Bavaria. You came to Asia. You lived here for quite a while. Now you're in Bangkok, and you said already. Your passion became trading, and this is, I think, kind of the red line through the story here. Let's talk a little bit about this passion topic of you. How did you start with that? What have you been doing there? Where does this come from? Did you do this for a long time while you had your office job already, or it would be super interesting?
Actually, my father introduced me to the stock market, and when I was 16. He gave me some shares. Okay. And at that time, I was reading the newspaper daily, and mostly I was looking at the stock prices and what the economy is doing and stuff like that. So I was interested at an early age, and so I never left the stock trading. It never became my profession. It was just like a hobby, and I just plodded along and left it, some long-term investments, and then focus on my job. So, but it was always in the back of my mind that, when you have time, when you finally have more time, then you want to do more trading and maybe day trading or something like that.
Okay. And how did the story progress? Because so I tried trading. I think I said this a couple of times already on the channel. I really suck as a trader. I don't have the nerves for it. It drives me insane. Whenever I buy the price is going down. Whenever I sell, it's going up. It's like for me, I'm not made to be a trader. So I became the buy and hold kind of guy. But what kind of trading are you doing? Is it stocks only? Did you then start trading crypto as well? Do you do forex, or what's your specialty? What's your area?
Yeah, I've been doing stocks all the time over the years,
Okay.
and in 2017, I started buying some Ethereum. Went somehow into crypto, some Bitcoin, and so rolled it up and down, and made some mistakes, lost some money, and bought some back. And, we all have been there, and
Yeah, unfortunately, we all have been there, right?
yeah, well, it's part of the learning curve, so you have to go through all this. And
Okay.
but my main focus is still on the stocks. And then when I went into DeFiChain, and I saw that we have this Dex, and you can trade D tokens, then that also became kind of a passion.
Okay,
So besides the real stock market,
don't say too much. We're gonna go to the story a little bit later. Don't jump the gun here. Okay, cool. So the trading is still part of your daily routine, I guess, right? The stock trading.
yeah.
Okay. Then this was like kind of the conventional stock trading on the
Right.
on the exchange.
Right.
How do you do this? You're using so when you trade, you use some of these like something like interactive brokers or something like that, or okay. Any
Yeah,
suggestions?
I have interactive brokers, and I have also another account with Comdirect in Germany. So these are the two platforms I usually use, and
That's interesting.
that is working pretty well. I mean, no matter where you are nowadays, it's a piece of cake. So
Okay. Little
has become so
advertising
much
piece
easier.
of cake. Cool. Okay. So now let's talk a bit about crypto. You said 2017 you bought first Ethereum. So I'm always super interested to hear the story how this happened, because normally there's a trigger. It's not like that somebody wakes up in the morning and says, "Oh, it's 2017. Let's gonna buy some Ethereum." How did the story start? Who brought you
No.
there? How did this person convince you? Take us a little bit back in time and explain how the whole thing came along, because that's always really interesting to hear.
Yeah, I have a good friend, and he was in this crypto stuff for a couple of years already, and
Okay.
occasionally he told me about it, and I was like, oh, okay, I don't have time for that, so I have to focus on my job, and. So, but after some time, you start thinking, and then you have some reference point. You see something on the internet, and you dig a little bit further, and so, and then somehow it was in May 2017, and Ethereum price was about $90. And I was like, okay, God, what the heck, So just put some money in there, and then let's see how it's going. So that was the beginning, and then
So you started with
from there on.
Ethereum. There was not even anything about Bitcoin. It was like straight to Ethereum, because most people start with Bitcoin, right? So you kind of jumped the gun there as well.
Exactly. Yeah, I started Ethereum because my friend was kind of a fan, and he told me all about the smart contracts and that Ethereum is so much better, and blah blah. And so I said, okay, I rely on you, buddy. So I will invest some amount, and then we see how it goes. But yeah, of course. Then once you are in, you are hooked, and then you see this ship is gonna sail, and then you just try some other projects. So you read some white papers, and you get interested in some altcoins, and So the journey that probably most of the people take, and of course I bought some small amount of Bitcoin, just like as an insurance. What Julian also used to say, take it
Insurance.
as an insurance.
So how
Yeah.
how much, if you want to talk about that, because at the beginning, when I got into Bitcoin was like $400, and I thought, heck, that's
Mm,
expensive. Who is so
mm.
crazy to pay $400 for a Bitcoin? So I bought half of it just to be on the safe side, right? How big
Yeah, yeah,
was your
yeah.
first? Do you remember how big your first purchase was? Did you go like really big in, or did you
No,
test
no, I
the water?
didn't. No, no. Of course, I was cautious because that was new terrain for me, and
And expensive, right? $90 for Ethereum.
ninety
Holy
dollar
moly.
at that time. You had no fucking idea
Yeah,
how this
yeah.
gonna progress. And I bought only 10. I bought 10 Ethereum, and then soon after the price skyrocketed. And then of course I said, I should have bought more,
Always the same story, always
but
the same.
at the end of the day, we are always smarter. So what are you gonna
Right.
do?
So there was no regret. You were happy that you joined the party. And then, so did you take part in the whole shitcoin activity that I think most of us did, like the ICO craze 2018-19, or did you stay away from that, or were you also like going looking for the next 100x coin around the corner? How was that?
Actually, not so much into shit coins. I researched some projects. I went into ADA Cardano pretty
Okay,
early,
okay.
and then I saw this project called Koti, and that kind of excited me. So I was one of the early investors there. So I spent some of my Ethereum and went in there. They are still around, so they didn't go to the moon, but they have a stable coin. They do
Okay,
the Jet stable coin for ADA,
okay.
and yeah, it's pretty exciting. These guys they are working from Israel.
I heard about them. I heard
So
about them. I have a friend who is invested in Coty, so he was
okay,
always, you have to buy this, you have to buy it. I never
yeah,
bought them, to be honest, but I heard, yeah, some people around me did. Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, and
No,
then,
but
yeah.
yeah, the other shit coins basically I didn't touch. I didn't touch Doge and all this Shiba Inu stuff. And maybe I should have. It's
Yeah,
all a matter of
exactly.
timing.
See, this is always, you always say don't buy the shitcoin, and at the end they become the millionaires, and we are still
Yeah,
sitting
yeah,
there
yeah,
with our
yeah,
Ethereum.
yeah,
Cool. Hey, but
but
then, okay, 2017, 17, 18, okay, then you said you went all the way up, you rode it all the way down. Did you sell over the last bear markets between 2018, 19, or did you just stay in?
my Ethereum I held. I mean, I
Okay.
invested some in Koti. The rest I was holding.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing some trading up and down, on Bybit, and lost a little bit, gained a little bit. But through all this time, I kind of dollar cost averaged.
Okay.
So I when I thought that is a good time, I bought a little bit more. But on a monthly basis, I always invested a little bit more.
Okay.
So.
Who are the people in crypto that you kind of, if you do, I don't know, maybe you're not following anybody. Who are you following? Who do you think are good people to listen to nowadays?
Yeah,
Because
well,
it's
in
changed,
the
right?
beginning, you have some guys you follow, and they are kind of like these influencers. Of course, I was following Crypto, the Moon, this guys, but I stopped that, or it kind of faded out because I was becoming more interested in other stuff, in other coins, not so Bitcoin maximalistic, and
Mm-hmm.
um, There are currently, I don't have any like this kind of influencers who really focus on certain crypto or certain coins. And what I follow is Raoul Pal, you know him
Yeah,
from Real
yeah.
Vision.
Mm-hmm.
Real Vision, I find, is a very interesting and great project. So you can get a lot of value out of this. This is nice because he's more the macroeconomist and
Yeah,
he gives you
exactly.
the bigger picture, which in turn helps me selecting stocks, commodities, and stuff like that.
Okay.
But well, I kind of grew out of this influencer stuff. I don't watch as much YouTube as I used to, so I'm doing my thing now and trying to make my own mistakes.
Cool. Yeah, I think it's very similar, right? I can very relate to that story because at the beginning you follow everybody and there were not so many out there like a couple of years ago, and then it became, I think that the scene changed completely. We grew up in crypto, right? We learned from our
Hmm.
mistake, hopefully, and then I think the way
Yeah,
how we get on information over time changes also. It's not so crazy
try.
anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Hey, is your wife? You said you were married to a Thai girl, the similar
Yeah.
Thai lady, same like me. Is she also in crypto? Does she have the same excitement for that, or is that something that she's not
Um,
interested in at all?
Not the same excitement. What I did is I opened a account for her at Bake, formerly Cake. So, um, and this is something she looks at her account once in a while, and she said, "Oh, going down. Oh, going up." So that's about it. But I think she has enough to deal with me because I'm constantly talking about crypto, talking about stocks, and sitting on front of the computer and trading. So it's good that she is not into trading. Otherwise,
Okay, so
I don't.
it's the perfect balance, right? Okay, get it.
Yeah, yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Hey, so now tell me, so this I understand the story how you got into crypto. What brought you to DeFi chain? There are a million projects out there. Where did you
Mm.
get in touch, and what was actually the reason why you said, yeah, I wanna be more involved here? What happened?
Um, some years back, I saw some videos from Julian,
Okay.
and I didn't really pay too much attention to the DeFi chain project. I saw that when it started, and I was like, okay, let's see how that goes. I didn't invest yet, but then another friend, he was invested, and he told me about it, and he said, "You should try it. It's looks interesting." And I did a little bit more research. So then I bought some DeFi, and yeah, so uh, May 2021, I went in.
Okay.
And I started with Cake at that time, and we had this huge rewards, and it was really a good time. So
The good
at
old
that time,
times, right? Yeah.
I was like this novice, investor.
Mm-hmm.
I just had my DeFi, and then I did liquidity mining and stuff like that, and then we had this arbitraging opportunity. So I bought some DUSD when the exchange rate was like 118, and that seemed to be a pretty good deal. But then it flipped, and so now we are in the discount. But I had the DUSD, and I said, okay, now you have DUSD, so you have to make them work for you,
Okay.
And of course, in the beginning, we had this juicy returns up to 100%, and
Mm-hmm.
that was all fine. But then when the rewards came down, then I started more trading because I saw that there are a lot of things you can do with the USD. It's better than letting them sit in the account and doing nothing.
Okay.
You know? So
So is this then also this kept you here, but this also kind of sparked a new idea to do something on DeFi chain, right? Because coming out of the trading area and then being kind of stuck in the USD, or how did your the Dex trading story come along? Was this the spark for it, or you said before already the Dex is a fantastic tool, let's use it?
No, first I was using it, and
Okay.
since I had the DUSD, and I was looking for ways to maximize the returns,
Okay.
then what was very close and very obvious was to use the D tokens and just trade them, just like I'm doing the normal stocks. And
Okay.
so I tried that, and I found that there are even some advantages that we don't have on the normal stock market.
Talk
And
about these
you can
advantages. I think it's super interesting.
you can actually do much higher returns than you can in the stock market, because
Okay.
when the news breaks, then the professional traders, they have already placed the trades. So as an
Okay.
individual investor, you're always coming late to the party. Okay. With the Dex is a rather small marketplace, and there are a few professionals in there, but the majority is kind of lagging behind.
Okay.
And so you have this advantage. So the time advantage, I always call it. So if you follow the news, and then you define your strategy, you go in early, then you can make bigger returns than you could in the normal market.
Okay.
And then, of course, I saw the advantage that we are trading 24/7. So best example was Credit Suisse. I made a ton of money with Credit Suisse, trading it down, shorting the stock for a long time. And then when on a Friday, basically the market closed at $2. And then on the weekend, they made this deal with UBS, forced by the Swiss government. And then on Monday morning, the stock was worth 80 cents. And the beauty was that we could trade it over the weekend, and we could make some really serious money over this weekend, where all the other investors out there, they were sitting at home, they couldn't trade because the stock markets are closed, and they were crying. So this kind of uniqueness is an advantage if you use it to your advantage.
Okay.
And so that really got me excited. And then I was like, why are so few people using the Dex
Good question.
and using the D tokens? That was on my mind, because over time you find some other guys who are trading, but they were always the same guys. The majority of people were just liquidity mining. Which, of course, I get it. I mean, people have a job, and they have a family, and they don't have much time to trade. So they just put it into liquidity mining, and that's it. But then there were also a lot of people who lost money in the pools, like BTC, DFI. We had a lot of shifts, and that was maybe for some people not so pretty. But trading the D tokens is something where you can maximize your returns, but of course you have to invest time. And since that was anyway a passion of mine, so I invested more time, and then I started thinking, how can we spread the word, and how can we get people understand the possibilities on the Dex, and how can we get people more excited about trading on the Dex, that they really see what unique trading place we have there. And then I thought, let's make a competition, because during competitions, that is something people always want to succeed in competitions. They want to show that they are the best, and that's where the idea started. And so I was looking around. I knew some people in the space, and then pretty quickly we had a team together, an amazing team, and we started to roll out and make a concept. And we built the website as a backbone. And so we have a really good people in the team, like with Robert, who is taking care of the website, with Maurice, who is taking care of the design, and we have Erich now, who is taking care of the numbers, and we are planning also to start a YouTube channel, so we put in some work there. But the overall goal is to educate people. So as I said, the website is the backbone now, where people can go and they can learn about trading on the DEX. Okay. This is the first go-to place. And then once you understand about trading on the DEX, then you might think, why not join the competition? And we did the first Dex Trading Masters in May.
Yeah, that's the first time when I heard about you guys, actually, because I was like, well, what's the Dex Trading Masters out there? Okay, so I found it, you know, when I started talking about this in the news show, I found it super exciting and interesting. Even I'm a really bad trader, but I found it interesting to see what people achieved on the DEX, and I think they had some juicy returns. What we saw. Yeah. So I thought, okay, we have to learn more about it, and that's how we got in touch, right, at the end. So the first trading competition happened, right? And how many people were taking part in the first competition?
In the first competition, we were only 9 traders.
Okay.
I didn't expect much more because it was just the beginning, and
nobody knew about it.
The word on Twitter, and you know, so we built a website, we built a Twitter account, we spread the word, we started, and actually it went pretty well. So people could follow the performance on DeFiChain Trader on the website. They could see who is in the lead at the moment and all of this. So people became more interested, and then we had a really nice competition. And yeah, at the end, 2 traders were able to double their money, more than double their money.
In what time was the time frame?
1 month.
So they doubled their money in 1 month.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
2 traders doubled the money in 1 month. And the average gain among the 9 traders in 1 month was 45%.
Wow, that's fantastic.
So we had only 1 trader who was in the red, slightly in the red, but that's because he didn't really trade much, you know.
Okay.
But who really stayed in there and traded actively, all the people made very, very good returns.
Okay, cool. Hey, I have a ton of questions about that. So first of all, congratulations. I think that's fantastic. Secondly, we talk about this later. There's gonna be a next competition coming up that we're gonna talk a little bit about it. So the people who took part in this trading competition, right? Are they professional traders, or are they just guys like the typical member of the community? Because I think I always say I'm a bad trader, right? And I have 100 excuses why I don't take part. So it's mostly time related. But who can take part? What do they have to know to take part in the next competition? Because it would be fantastic to see more people. We said before it would be nice if we have like 20 or 30 or whatever. So this is one question. What do they have to know? Secondly, how can you support them that they, if they miss one of these criteria, that they get like fit for the trading competition? Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, that's why we build a website as a go-to place where people can learn more about trading on the DEX. We have a lot of links and also YouTube videos linked there. So somebody who is a beginner, he can start learning there. And we had in the first competition, there was a mix of traders. There was from the beginner to the semi-professional, everything was there. And it was exciting to see the different strategies people had.
Yeah.
Some people traded a lot. Some people didn't trade that much, but they always went all in into one stock, or they split the money only 50-50 max into 2 stocks. And so that was really interesting to see how this evolved. And then Maxwell, he had a big lead after halftime, and nobody thought that somebody was able to catch him. But at the end, it was pretty close, And that's why 1 month is a good time,
Okay.
So you can make some mistakes, but you can also rectify them, and you can adjust your strategies. And I haven't done this kind of performance on a normal trading account ever. But this competition thrill, it always kicks you, and it gets you going, and you start thinking about what else can I do, and you trade more actively than you normally would.
Okay.
So it's kind of addictive. But at the end of the day, when you look at the result, also the part-time traders, the people who are not really traders, they made a nice gain. They made like 40-50% plus, and everybody paid 25 DUSD as a joining fee,
Okay.
which then will be
Redistributed to the winners at the end.
redistributed as a
Okay.
price, exactly. So I think it's a pretty small investment if you really want to get in this competitive environment and really want to get your trading to another level.
Sounds
So
good. Sounds
whether
good.
you are a beginner or still learning, or you are professional, there is something for everybody. And I think this competitive environment is a lot of fun. So you don't have to trade 24/7. You can trade after you finish your real job, and so you have to have a strategy. So you just execute your strategy, and if
Let's
you
talk.
trade only two,
Yeah.
three stocks, then you can still make a lot of gain. I mean, look at Palantir, look at Nvidia, look at Tesla. The performance over the last 3 months, you could have just bought one stock and be up 60%. You can take it easy also.
Let's talk a little bit about strategy. So it sounds super exciting, and I'm really happy that we kind of put the word out there in the community a little bit more. How have the strategies been? You touched it a little bit already. So you said somebody was only doing it with one stock, another one was splitting it up. What was the winning strategy the last time? You said there were two people who doubled their money. How did they go with the same strategy? Was it very different? That would be interesting to hear.
Completely different
Okay.
strategies.
Okay.
The winner, Maxwell, he made a gain of 111%.
Okay. What is insane
So
in some way. Yeah.
yeah, and he was like trading very focused only on certain stocks,
Okay.
So, and he always invested like 50% of his money at least in one stock, or sometimes he went all in 100%
Okay.
when he was really convinced. And then it seems that he always had his ear on the market, and he exited and took his profit at the right time. So he had a really good timing. What I could see, and then number two came in with 108% plus, and that trading strategy was so different.
Okay.
You
In
know,
which way? How did he do that?
yeah, well, I Jelly was basically me. Okay, so I came in second in the competition, but
Okay. Okay.
I didn't really take part. I just stay outside, traded, but I didn't take any price. But I just wanted to get that feeling. I wanted to see how it's really going, and so I was trading a lot, and I was splitting up in the beginning much more. So I was kind of risk averse at first,
Okay.
because I always try to protect my downside from my long years of
Yeah. Yeah.
stock
Of course. Right.
experience. You always have to protect your downside. And then I found that this is not the strategy to win in this competition.
Okay.
So you have to adjust yourself as a trader. So you have a main account where you have a longer time horizon. So you apply different strategies. But
Okay.
for this competition for 1 month, if you want to really be able to stay up there, you have to do something. You have to take more risk.
Okay.
And so then I adjusted my strategies, and slowly I was catching up, and that is something that teaches you something in the competition, and that's why I can only encourage people who are not professional traders, just try it out, and you will be forced to rethink about what are you doing, what strategy is best, and take a little bit more risk, or you can play around with different strategies, you see what works for you, but the key is always research. So
Okay.
no matter what strategies you're applying, research is always key. So as a day trader, I spend a couple of hours every day only for research. So I have my game plan, I have the stocks I want to trade, and then of course you're looking at the pre-market, you see what's going on, and you look at the news, and then you just place your bets. And sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong. But the important thing is you have to be more right than wrong.
And to be more right than wrong is research. That's actually that giving you the
That's
edge and the
research.
advantage. Okay, so
Yeah,
it's not a
yeah,
casino. It's not you
definitely.
go in and say today red, today black. It's like
No,
really
no,
you make a
no,
plan and you try
no.
to stick, or you stick to the plan at the
Yeah,
end.
yeah, yeah,
So okay, now you're very advanced, right? And you don't have to tell anyone about that because the Dex is there. You can use it for your own benefits. What made you actually think it would be great to spread the word and tell more people about it? So I love the idea, don't get me wrong here, but there are two kind of people. Some people, they take advantage of a system in some way and say, okay, it's nice, juicy returns
yeah,
for
yeah,
me,
yeah.
and they sit in the corner and laugh about everybody else not doing it. And then there are people like you that come out and say, hey guys, actually there's an opportunity, I want to show you that.
Mm,
Is it
mm.
also helpful if more people are on the system? What would be a very legit reason to do so, to tell more people about it? Or, I mean, why do you talk about that openly and bring other people and draw other people into the thing? I find it great, but why?
Because, in my opinion, we have a raw diamond in there in the DeFi chain in the
Okay.
DEX. So it's a unique environment, and there are a lot of possibilities and opportunities. So I want to share that with other people out there. I want to get them interested, and then they can decide for themselves whether it fits them, whether they want to trade, whether they take the opportunity or not. Of course, I know people. Some people write me a message and say, "Hey, how can you share all the secrets?
Yeah, exactly. The
We make so
whistleblower,
much.
Alex, the
We make so
whistleblower.
much profit, and I want to keep quiet about it."
Yeah.
And I said, "No. The point is we have a lot of pools where there are only 200, 300,000 US dollar in total value locked. So these pools are garbage. You cannot really trade them. And then you always have a lot of people in the system who are not traders, who don't understand how the system works, and they don't understand about slippage. So they suddenly buy 10,000 US dollar of Walmart, and then the pool does boom. It goes like
At least
seven,
in
eight
one
percent.
direction, boom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you are on the right side of that, and then you can make a nice additional profit. But you can also lose money. I mean, I have lost money on Amazon because some big guys suddenly started selling their Amazon. And like 5, 6 trades, every time was far above the limit you should use, and then the price went boom. Okay, so of course it will recover because you always have some people then immediately scraping it up, and the price will recover. But you were in a nice plus, and then suddenly you are 10% in the red, and you're like, what is going on?
Okay, get it.
So these are the
Understand.
things that can happen, but that also makes it exciting. I mean, there are certain things that happen which you cannot grasp. Okay, so let's say 70% you can,
It's
with your right
predictable.
strategy,
Okay. Okay.
70% you can do, and influence in a way your own success or failure, but then there is always this part where you never know what's going to happen. But that makes it exciting as well.
I love it. I think it's the right thing to do. We had several occasions here on DeFiChain where people figured something out, and they did it, and then at the end they say, we've done it, but now we cannot do it anymore. So I love that you come out and say, hey guys, there's an opportunity. It's a raw diamond that you said. I think we're the only blockchain who is doing something like this, right? There's nothing like this out there at the moment.
Yeah, there's nothing like this out there, and we talk a lot about DeFi meta chain and all the exciting things that are coming on DeFi meta chain, which I'm also excited about. I follow it, and I wouldn't rule out that we may have another platform at a later stage where we can make a competition as well. But at the moment, we have our Dex, and what we are having is really something that we should use, and a lot of people have DUSD, a lot of people have DFI. I just want people to think about the risk and reward ratio. So you go into liquidity mining at the moment, you can get 7%, 8% at the most. You can make a wall, you can get some nice negative interest, but that is also going down a bit. So there is no comparison to the profit you can make when you are actively trading. So you don't really have to invest so much time. Most of the people I know, they trading after their real job, When they come home, after they finish their dinner, they spend family time, and then they start trading. They buy something, sell something, whatever. But that's basically enough to make a decent return if you have a strategy.
Do you use the tools that you use? So you trade on a light wallet, I assume, right? So it's a very manual process. Do you think we have to improve in some way the tools to make Dex trading more efficient?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, trading on the light wallet can sometimes
it's a bit of pain in the bum, right, at the moment.
Yeah, it really is. But I think it's still enough, because you're not trading so many different stocks. You focus on a number of stocks, and then after some time you get the feeling which D tokens perform better than others, which D tokens you should not touch as a trader because the pool size is too small. Or
what's a small pool size? That's super interesting. I picked this up in the community several times already, where people say some pool sizes are just ridiculous small. They make not much sense. Now let's talk open about it. I was always a friend about bringing a lot of D tokens into the system, because I always had the idea, the more tokens we have, the better it is. At the time when the market were going up, I think liquidity wasn't a big problem. Now liquidity left us a little bit because people were also selling. So what's a good size? Where do you think, don't touch this pool, it's not good for trading, if you want to talk about it? And where does it make sense? I would be super interested to hear that.
Yeah, well, there are some websites where you can actually check the DEX prices, the Oracle prices, and then also you see the total value. And we have, at the moment, for example, Johnson & Johnson, we have 186,000 total value locked. We have Walmart, 191,000. Then we have US Treasuries, 215,000. So there are 5 pools below 300,000 US dollars.
I see it. Yeah, I'm looking.
It's ridiculous.
Okay.
And we are currently in the process of kicking these small pools out. They will not receive any APR anymore. So we have to, improve the stocks and ETFs we have as a D token. So those who are not really tradable and those who are only used for liquidity mining, they really don't serve a real purpose. So we better take this rewards and distribute them to more appealing stocks. We will bring in more appealing ETFs and stocks that makes the whole thing more exciting.
Okay,
So
if you talk we do this, then you talk about there's a DFIP ongoing that wants to kind of help to improve the system, right? Okay.
Yeah. When the ticker council was ending, there was basically nobody who really looked into the
That's
D
right.
tokens
Yes, absolutely.
and how do we progress from here. So some of the traders, we have a Telegram group, and some of the traders we got together and made a new allocation of D tokens, and we got a lot of suggestions of new stocks we should add, ETFs, and so all this there's a DFIP out there, and that will progress. It takes time, of course. But
when is the DFIP ending? Let's talk about this, because people are gonna watch the show, and I think it's a good thing, because I was part of the ticker council, and we gave it back. We gave it back to the community. Now I think it's a really good thing that a team like you and your friends there stepped up and say, let's improve that. I find it absolutely awesome. How long is the voting gonna be? Because we need the masternodes for the DFIPs to vote. So let's go and vote. I think it's a great thing. How long is it gonna be? When's the deadline? Any idea? Let's look.
I don't really know. I mean, that is Patrick is doing that. He has written the Reddit post.
Is this the DFIP Swiss franc on the DeFiChain listing? Okay.
No.
Okay, wait.
No.
Now there's no active at the moment. There's no active improvement.
Yeah, that may be. I mean,
okay.
He has made a Reddit post, and
then it's coming. Then
maybe
it's coming
it's
soon.
It's not as a DFIP live yet, but
okay, cool.
Everything has been prepared. Everything has been calculated. So there will be new stocks incoming and old stocks going out, or basically we set the reward to zero. You cannot just kick them out, because you still have money in there for their liquidity mining, but they have to withdraw the money over time when they see that there is no reward coming. So it's a natural process, and cool. I think that will help.
Cool. Yeah, fantastic. Then I would say the team behind this ideas about the D token should be really also stay in touch with us, because we can actually push it out in a news show, and you tweet about this anyway. Okay, so everybody out there, keep your eyes open. There are some great ideas for some changes. Read up on Reddit. We can also link, if you want, we can also link up the Reddit post, of course, to the show notes of our fireside chat, that we inform about this and then report in time what's going on. Okay, cool. So let's sum it up. The story is a lot of opportunities out there that people are not even aware of. You kind of want to bring it to the public to show that there's this raw diamond. Use it. Don't only sit there and wait for the cool new things that are coming. I mean, we are all waiting for DeFi MetaChain, but there's so much what we can do already, also kind of on our native layer. And don't be afraid, if I understand that, for everybody who wants to participate, go on the website that we're going to link up there. Maybe get some information, reach out to the guys, and I'm sure they're going to be very helpful to show you the ropes, how we say, right? And then they can start.
Yeah, that's, our website, dex-trading.live, is really a good place to start. And we have one of our team members, Honsan, he is taking care of all the educational part. Okay. And he has put in a lot of work to put all this together, find all the relevant YouTube videos, link it there, and all the other things. So you can really start, even as a novice, as a beginner, you can start reading there, you can learn and then progress. And once you feel that you're ready, then you have to join the Dex Trading Masters.
When is the next
The
Trading
second
Masters?
edition is coming.
When is it coming? Okay, let's talk shop here. When are you good to go? When
Yeah,
is it happening?
we registration opened yesterday, so
Okay, perfect timing.
now people can register. Just go to our Twitter channel, and you can send a direct message to us. And on our website, you can find all the rules and regulations for participating. So you have to start a new address, put 500 USD in there, and 5 DFI for the fees, and then you transfer 25 DUSD as a enrollment fee, which we will then use for the prize pot.
Okay.
And yeah, so that it's pretty easy, pretty straightforward. And on 14th of August,
That's in 2 weeks.
DTM2 is starting.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
it's less than 2 weeks
And
now.
you mentioned one thing that when we spoke the last time, you said the last time there was kind of a leaderboard, but now you said people can kind of see in real time. So what's the change to the last time? Is it still the leaderboard, or do you see the trades of the people, or how do you gonna show what's going on right now?
Last time we had the live ranking on the DeFiChain Trader website.
Yes.
So everybody could see the nickname, and they could see the performance, how many DUSD they have. And since this website is ceasing to exist by end of this month,
Okay.
we have to find another home where we can show the people at least a glimpse of the live ranking. But the main point is that a lot of people reached out to us and they said, we want to see individual traders, how they are trading.
Interesting. Yeah,
and
of
we
course.
want to follow them.
Yeah.
We want to follow them, and maybe we want to copy trade, and this kind of stuff. So that's why we have opened this possibility for the Dex Trading Masters too. So
Awesome.
all the participants, their addresses will be public. So we will post these addresses on our website, and then people will be able to follow them and learn from them or copy them. But we don't encourage copy trading because people have to understand that the pool sizes are rather small. Most of the D token pool sizes are rather small. And then if suddenly a lot of people start to copy trade, then they are also putting themselves at risk because they're getting in later. That means their potential return is less. And then suddenly the whole thing is turning, and the price goes the other direction, and then who came in late is losing. So you really have to be careful which pools you want to copy trade. I mean, we have like MicroStrategy, Coinbase, and Tesla. These pools, they have a lot of liquidity, so in there it's easier. But then when we talk about the small pools, it's very easy that you go underwater.
I get worried now a bit because even if you say now, guys, don't copy trade, just follow along, maybe learn from that people not gonna listen to your warning, and everybody thinks, no, if I do it, nothing gonna happen. Is it not very risky? I mean, I find it cool to show it, but the question is, are people gonna be smart enough not to do what you just said?
I mean, we want to give the people the possibility. They have to make up their own mind. They have to make their own decision.
We don't
As
have to
always,
protect
we are all
anyone.
adults.
Everybody is
So
grown up.
if you choose to copy trade in a small pool, be my guest. You can do that, but it's all your own risk.
Okay.
So that's why I can only say, please be careful with it. We don't encourage it. You can do it, of course, but we don't encourage it. But the interesting thing is because our main focus is education. So we really want to get more people trading on the DEX, which will eventually bring in more liquidity. So we don't only want to talk with our community that we are having now, people who already have DUSD, who are familiar with DeFiChain, but we want to spread the word also
That's
that
interesting. Yeah,
people
this
bring
is the
in
good.
new
Yeah,
bring in new capital. That is our main goal. We want to make it so interesting that people want to join and they see something interesting is happening, something good is happening. There is a potential return, and I can trade stocks on the DeFiChain Dex and all this. There is a ton of money out there, and we have this great, what I said, raw diamond, and we just have to convince more people that they see this in a positive light, and they see what is really possible, and then they come in and they bring in more money, and then the pool, the total value locked will go up, which in turn will help the whole system. So, and that is our motivation. So
cool.
that's why I'm telling the people who say, don't talk about it, don't reveal our secret on the
It makes
Dex.
no sense. Yeah.
I'd say, no, we have to think long term. We have to bring in more capital.
But this was the same. Remember when the liquidity mining started and people said, "Don't tell anyone out there. We shouldn't advertise that because it's more for the people that are in already." Right? It's a short-term thinking. It's me. Now I really love the idea, Alex. Thanks for explaining in detail, guys out there. We are more or less at the end of our little fireside chat, and we are still not burning. What is a good sign? Alex, I think it was awesome. We're gonna stay in touch. We're gonna support your efforts here. Guys out there, whoever is listening to that, first of all, sign up to the trading competition. I think it's great. And if you don't do, at least help Alex to spread the word. You can share his ideas on Twitter, sign up to his Twitter account. That helps. Retweet his everything. No, it's not a tweet anymore. What is it now? Is it a... I don't even know how you call it. It's an X.
Please X us.
Please X them. Don't X them out, but X them. Support them. Promote the whole thing. This also helps, so everybody can do their part. That's what we also do here. And then let's make this big again. And yeah, use the tools that are there. I think it's really, there's a lot of pitching around. We need more tools. I think there are great tools there. And what I think, Alex, the most fun story about that is, this was the original vision of DeFiChain, right? Making stocks tradable on DeFiChain. Nowadays, people don't talk so much about it anymore because now they want a new shiny toy. I think it's great to have it.
Yeah. That's why I always say we really should use what we have. We have to pay attention what is happening out there with DMC and all this. There are great opportunities coming our way, but in the meantime, just take advantage of what you're having and go out and trade.
Great last words. I couldn't have said it better. Thank you very much, Alex, for being here tonight. It was a pleasure. Thank you very much. And everybody out there, have a great evening, afternoon, morning, whenever you watch us. Take care.
Whatever.
And bye-bye.
Greetings from Greece. Thank
See
you.
you. Bye-bye.